Today we're testing out a bit of equipment that I think maybe we should all be looking to get. Thanks to the team down at Sigmund Tools, they've sent out a laser rangefinder, and I have to say, after using it after a few rounds, this could be a brand killer. We're gonna get into it now. So that's right, today we're looking at the Sigmund laser rangefinder, and I have to say, this could be a brand killer. Your Bushnells, your shot scope, your Garmin. Maybe check out these guys, and I'll tell you why in this video. I'm going to show you why this might be worth considering. So this laser rangefinder that's been sent out to me, thank you so much to Sigmund Tools. Check them out on Instagram. Sent me out this rangefinder just to test it out on the course to see what it's really like. So this first hole here, all I'm measuring out is my hazards, which is why it's a great reason to have a rangefinder in the bag. So I'm looking at that big tree right in the distance, 264 yards away. A lot of good little features that I will be going into. Let's get into this first hole. Bit draggy, but it should be okay. So the first thing we get into is why we should be considering this rangefinder over your big brands. Well, first off, the biggest thing, which I think is arguably one of the most important things when it comes to golf and equipment, is the price. We all know that golf is very expensive. It's an expensive game. It's hard to get into because it's all the stuff you've got to buy. So to then have, you know, range-finders or distant aids, it makes it even harder, doesn't it? But this, you can pick up on Amazon. That's right, Amazon. So if you're Amazon Prime, free delivery. Pick up on Amazon for just over £100 for a laser rangefinder. I mean, wow. You're looking, you know, plus 200 for all the other big guys. So to save yourself over 100 quid on a rangefinder, I mean, already that's a win, right? So yeah, good price, huh? Comes in a great little bag with a lot of easeability. Love that. Now, we are sitting, it was a poor drive. Still got 210 yards to go. That was awful, wasn't it? But nonetheless, we know what yardage we're at because we've got our rangefinder in hand. What is quite nice, you get a nice vibration feeling when you press the button, which is quite a nice satisfaction feeling. It's got your magnetic back, like all the big guys. Stick it to a buggy, nice magnetic back to it. Some other good features coming up shortly, but let's hit this shot. That was a lovely strike. Oh, that was a very lovely strike. I saw it bounce down there. I was looking for it in the air going, where's it gone? But it felt good, so I knew it was going to be fairly straight, and it just went to the right side of the green. So, happy with that. Oh, good start for the morning. Tell you what, we're not getting very much luck, are we, with the weather? It's bloody cold this morning. We've had rain last night. We just keep getting the crap weather, don't we? Us Brits are not having much luck with this weather. So I was trying to have a think about what kind of questions you may have or what kind of features I have to talk about when it comes to this Sigmund laser rangefinder. So hopefully I've compiled everything in this video that's really important to anyone looking to buy one of these. If there's anything else, you know what you need to do. Just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. But hopefully we've covered all the features. So there is lots of different modes on this rangefinder, but we're going to concentrate on the golf one, of course. But one thing that's quite funny is there's speed rating on there as well. So you want to zap your old mum or dad zooming down the road, you've got this. So one feature that all the big boys have, which is really important, is the slope. Having slope on there is such a game changer. And of course you've got the toggle to turn it on and off depending if you're a comp or not. But having that as an option is incredible because some of the cheaper ones, you don't get that option of slope. But slope is so important. And the reason why slope's so important is because me especially, I mean, I need it because the amount of times you look at a hole and you look at it very linear and go, right, this hole's 140 yards, fine. But you haven't taken into account if it's uphill or downhill. And that makes a massive difference. You could be playing a club out. You could be playing a club too short or a club too long, depending on the slope. So to have that as a feature on this rangefinder that costs you just over 100 quid, that's incredible as well. Yeah, slope, key feature in it. Okay, so about 200 yards in, and it is 200 yards on the button with maybe about a yard of slope. Thinned it, but it's not a bad strike. Not a bad strike, bit thin, but it's up there, innit? So I also use a GPS watch, which I absolutely love, and I can't play golf without it. But sometimes what you'll find is that you could be playing on a course where there might not be a hazard labelled or mapped, or there might be a tree that you want to point out. Sorry, my lips are freezing. So it looks like, well, it feels like I can't even talk. It feels like I'm a bit of a seal or something. So you might find, yeah, that a tree that you can't get on your watch doesn't show up on the watch. So you want to kind of zap that to see what you got, what run out you got. And that's why I think it's just key to have some sort of rangefinder, a laser, in your bag, just because it gives you that flexibility that a watch might not give you all the time. It's great to have a watch, but for an extra 100 quid to just get a laser on your bag, it's a bit of a no-brainer, right? So we're going to finish this hole off, and then we're going to go on to one last hole, and I want to talk about a feature that actually, until it came with this feature, I didn't even think of this as being a feature that is worth looking at for 100 odd quid. Brilliant. Didn't expect this, but anyway, well, let me hit this, we'll finish this hole off, and then we'll talk about it. Stop. Good, bad shot is what I like to call that. So I tried out some cheaper rangefinders in my time. And as I said, there's a feature that I didn't even expect to be coming with this one. For the price that it's in, I think it's quite a great feature. 173 to the bunker. Flared it. Should be all right, flared it out. It's not that much shots today though, is it? Flared it out, as I said, but we're not here to see my golf because this is not a break 90 video, so it doesn't matter. So, from here, the bushes that line the front of the green, the slope in action, saying it's 106.9, it's 107 yards away, but then with slope, it's adding 2 yards. So I know you're going to say, well, that's only 2 yards. Yeah, it might only be 2 yards, but take that into consideration with something else, where it's a little bit steeper, uphill, downhill. So now with that being said, I know exactly what club to use to clear the bushes, don't I? Let's go. Good hit, just maybe right a bit. Never mind. Right, so I'm just going to finalise and tell you that last feature that I think is quite a cool little feature, and I'll leave you in peace. So the last feature that I personally think is a pretty good feature, you may not think is a good feature, and you might think it's anticlimax, but I bloody think it's a great feature. And that feature is the fact that it's rechargeable. I know you're probably thinking, what? Lewis, you held out on this bit of information to the very end when it's actually, maybe personally to you, not that important. Well, I think it's a bloody good feature because the amount of times with cheaper ones that you have to buy batteries, right, and change your batteries. But the fact then that this one has the Type-C rechargeable, Type-C as well, Type-C rechargeable. You're saving yourself so much money, and also you just charge it the night before. Brilliant. Now it does say that it's going to last a couple of rounds anyway, but that's not the point. The point is before you go, charge it the night before. You don't have to worry about batteries ever again. I think it's a good feature. I do. So you lovely people, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it to the point that actually it's quite interesting to know that there is cheaper options out there. and you don't have to be spending loads of money on a rangefinder. The Sigmund is definitely staying in my bag because it's just brilliant. There's nothing I can fault with it. The features are great, slope, the rechargeable option, catching your mum speeding as well is quite a cool option. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Yeah, hope you did find it useful. Laser rangefinders can be very, very expensive. And if there's something out there that's cheaper on Amazon, next day delivery, ooh, then it's worth checking out. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. That's the Sigmund. Thank you again to Sigmund for sending it out for us to test out. Big love to you. And let's just golf. Keep looking up.